Scorpion Sentinel. So do you remember the first boss, the guard scorpion? It's that. Actually, I should move the... Oh shit, wrong button. Hold on. Nice. Okay, here we go. Let's get the cursor out of the way. Right. Reeve tells me you're quite shot. I can't really do the proper Brian Blessed voice because my throat's hurting. Reeve tells me you're quite the shot. Shame those skills are wasted on cleaning up literal filth instead of enemies of the state. Oh, great. Right, okay. Reeve tells me you're quite the shot. Shame those skills are wasted on cleaning up literal filth instead of enemies of the state, but no matter. As head of public security, my job is to keep the city safe. One of the most effective ways of doing one of the most effective ways to do that is through the deployment of devastating weaponry. My Scorpion Sentinel can snuff out insurgents before they can start reaching for their white flag. But Professor Hojo thinks his test subjects could quell riots better than a heavy weapons platform. Hold on, drink. To prove just how wrong he is, I propose a challenge for him. If one of his juiced-up lab rats could even scratch my Sentinel, I'd volunteer to be his next test subject. I have no doubt my machine stood the test against his mewling varmints, but I still need the Sentinel washed down. After all, isn't that what his beloved scientific process calls for? Evidence. Right. Alright. Check that out. Yeah, you get scaffolding and all sorts. Just get a look at it. Yeah, it moves around and stuff. You can make it raise its arms. And I think you can make its head open and close as well, which you do have to do to get it all clean, so... Behold the Scorpion Sentinel, one of Shinra's greatest achievements in military robotics. Your identity has already been stored in its database as a non-target, so stop worrying about getting shot at and start scrubbing. You're quite safe, for now. Heidegger's such a dick. Right. Cobra says this is pretty cool, yeah. Yeah, so we've got a whole thing there. Also, you can see the... hold on, let's go up the scaffolding because it'll be easy to look at. There's the middle of Midgar, the tower bit with Rufus at the top of it. So we're in Midgar right now, obviously. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, so you can actually hear it moving. Yeah, there you go. I think you can get it to... Am I thinking of... I think I'm thinking of a different job. Yeah. So this one, you always usually end up with the same item unclean, and it's really, really small, and loads of people had trouble even finding the bloody thing. I think it's on one of the arms. It's like some slot in the middle of the arm or something. It's generally the thing you get left with, though. Oh, the one in RoboCop, you have 20 seconds to comply. Yeah. I actually do know that reference, so there you go. Ugh. So you can hear stuff happening in the background, like other robots being built and stuff. Alright, sorry about that. Ugh. That sounded painful. It is pretty painful. Ugh. So I'm really hot and I'm coughing a lot. I mean, I've clearly got something. Got really sticky eyes as well, and I'm not sleeping properly. This is like a combination of really annoying symptoms. Yeah, so there's obviously different methods to cleaning stuff. Some people stick to one item at a time. I don't tend to do that. I just tend to clean what I can see and then go back at the end and find all the little bits I missed. Yeah, I'd have listed this as some sort of ASMR playthrough, but I've coughed so much I can't now. But it doesn't really matter, I suppose. I'll just list it as Power Wash Simulator. Yeah, so these would all be different levels of dirt, like mud and stone and all this sort of thing, but because I've... Oh, okay. Hey, if you're unavailable, I have a job for you in the Sector 7 Undercity. This is Tifa now. I know you're eager to know more about the Sentinel's myriad capabilities. That was her giving you another job, by the way. Its tail is far deadlier than that of the creature it's modelled after, and its 6 tapered legs let it get straight to the point, if you will. That enemy got the point. If anyone gets that reference. I think that enemy got the point. For those craven faces who want to shoot the Scorpion at a distance, it has Mark 98 cannons and Mark 99 launchers. Okay. Learning more about the Scorpion. Yeah, we got a job from Tifa there. We'll stick to one job at a time though. So it's really cool. So all the different franchises that are DLC in this game all have like in-game character stuff, although this is the only one I got any real joy out of because it's the only franchise of the DLCs that I know that well. So things like SpongeBob SquarePants and like Warhammer and stuff I didn't really get much out of in terms of the character building, because it's all like references to stuff from the things they're from rather than original material. Itchy eye. Oh yeah, we've got all the extenders for this washer as well. So if we need to wash things further away, then we can. Small items and far away. Father Ted. I tell you what, if you ever want to see a group of people pissed off with the mildest thing possible, find a discussion about what DLC packs this game should have and suggest Harry Potter. Jesus. I'll just leave that there, I think. Oh, text message. But you think we would stop there? Of course not. I'll go into the wheels thing in a minute. We also repaired it with a close-range EM field and a self-repair functionality. With this bevy of features, it's nigh unstoppable. So, Kobe said about having tyres. I think that's for when it has to get under small spaces. So what it does, it spreads out its legs, and then it can move along on the wheels. You see that a lot more when it appears as an enemy in games that aren't the original Final Fantasy VII. It becomes more obvious. So I think the design of this is based on the version that's in Crisis Core rather than the original Final Fantasy VII, just because of the wheels and stuff. Same basic enemy, but you know. This is in Remake, yeah, exactly. Yeah, Orb knows what I meant just now. Oh dear. Oh, one thing I was going to say, because it amused me so much, you know my whole mild obsession with the Cumtown stuff and the Morgan Freeman thing, and why I called the Chocobos Ashley and Morgan and that. I was going to say, yeah, the first time I walked into Chocobo Ranch, I knew I was going to fuck it. That line is, I can't really do the voice anymore, but first time I saw a Chocobo, I knew I was going to fuck it. Right. The tail's pretty difficult to clean because there's all the segments and you've got to get right on top of it. They call me Heidegger. Why do they call you that? I still laugh every time I watch that. Because he's red. There you go. Why do they call you red? Because I'm gay. So stupid. I can't help but laugh at things that are stupid. It's like it's the most sort of zero effort comedy possible. And it's the animation that goes with it that makes it funny. It stabs little legs going as he's laughing his head off on the floor. Alright, I think it's time we start getting off the ground. Ladder. I was hoping I could make that. Hold on. I go from the front. Yeah. Not sure if I made that joke in Final Fantasy 7 when we first saw Red. Where did they call you there? Probably did. I was thinking of making an emote using that animation for a bit of a laugh. Yeah, you can do. I'd put that on the Discord, why not? Oh, text. We've received reports of gang activity in the Sector 5 Undercity, most likely Don Corneo's lackeys. Yes. So this is happening at the same time as Final Fantasy 7. I briefly considered deploying the Scorpion against them, but realised they are the definition of small fry. It would be a waste of company resources to eliminate them. So this is Don Corneo and his buddies Scotch and Koch, or whatever they're called. A much more fitting target would be those eco-terrorists that go by the name Avalanche. So, Cloud, Barrett, etc. Tifa. If they want to poke the bear, they best be ready to deal with the claws. I've just remembered what job is that where you have to listen for a sound. It's not this one either. I've just remembered what it is though, so. A little camera. Do you know what I never noticed? Unless it keeps moving. But I think it keeps moving until you've cleaned it. Because it can't see. I'm not sure if I'm imagining that or not, but it's pretty cool if that's true. Yeah, this camera bit was moving just now. Now we've cleaned it, it can see. Yeah, okay, that's pretty cool. I never noticed that before. Oh no, no, it is still moving. Never mind, ignore that. Yeah, it's funny with the Cumtown stuff, because I didn't realise until recently that podcast ended years ago. It's just that there's a guy on YouTube that still animates bits of it. So it's like it's still happening. Someone else said as well, and I'm going to try and find it one day, that if you really enjoy the clips on YouTube, that looking at the full podcast, it's not as good, apparently. Because obviously those bits are highlights, and they have big long segments where they're not really saying anything funny, trying to think of funny things to say. I don't know how true that is, but I'd be interested to get full versions of it, and see. Interesting, says Yugobu. Yes. Yeah, because I think what it is Stav, one of the hosts, you know, the little fat guy that laughs at everything, he left, and the other two carried on, I think, and they called it the Adam Friedman Show or something, because that's one of the other hosts. I think so. I'm not entirely sure. Stav it, baby. Stav's my favourite. He's one of those people that people either love his laugh or hate it. I think it's brilliant, but I think it makes the podcast. I showed it to someone else. You can tell how different people's humour works. I played it to someone else and they said not only is it not funny, but that guy laughing's really annoying, and I thought, well, those are the two best bits, so I mean, yeah, we don't have the same taste in comedy, I guess. Especially for that, anyway. clean you, Scorpion. Oh, I fell slightly there. Oh, text. I imagine Reed fed you some feel-good tripe about his plans for the future, didn't he? He sees the world through rose-coloured glasses, but he doesn't realise is that those lenses are coated with the blood of our adversaries. After that, our company began as a weapons manufacturer for after. Oh, no, I'll read that again. Let's see. After all, our company began as a weapons manufacturer for a reason. Right, I thought that was what it said, but I just wanted to check. Okay. The reason why we're moving on our own, I think, is because we're standing on this thing. So hot. I'm getting like hot flashes. I'm so hot. I feel like a 40-year-old woman. Ugh. So you want to clean the underside of this, and then when you clean the top side, it will complete each segment. Well, ideally. Yeah, the triple nozzle is good, but super close up, it's too long and gets in the way. So... okay. We have to get on the back, really. Yeah, I assume the fact that no one mentioned it, the water sound isn't too harsh, because you can turn that up and down. I completed the entire game before I realised that. Started thinking of the Indiana Jones music for some reason. Also the music that most people hum when you ask them to hum the Superman theme. Wish it would continue. Yeah, you can move the scaffolding, of course. Lego Indiana Jones is good. I bet it is, yeah. Is that one of those ones that's stuck on PS3 because of weird licensing things? Don't think so. Okay. Now, the other question is that one of those ones that has like 3 different games? Because it covers all the different films. Because I know with the Harry Potter ones, of course, there's only 2. Because each one covers like, I don't know, 4 years or whatever. It has 2 games, okay. Yeah, I thought it was. Yakobu says, I won Lego Lord of the Rings recently on Steam. Okay, I need more information on that. Orb says no one likes the second one. Why doesn't anyone like the second one? So you've both got something to reply to there. Lego Lord of the Rings is the best one by some fucking distance. Yeah, I did Hobbit, that wasn't... well, frankly it wasn't finished. It just sort of... I was going, I don't even know these stories, but I'm pretty sure the story doesn't end with a dragon attacks, goodbye. But yeah, it's... The second one focuses on the 4th film, which no one likes. Oh, is that, I'm going to sound really stupid because I don't know the titles, but Crystal Skull or something? Is that the one no one liked? Something like that, innit? South Park did a whole episode about it. Crystal Skull, yeah. Okay. Even as someone who hasn't seen the films, even I knew that. Yeah, I think all the individual fingers count on this as well. I'm ready to have sex, said the spider to the fly. So we're starting to complete a lot of segments now. Jacob says another streamer I was watching had a load of giveaways for Steam codes they'd been given. Oh, nice. Yeah. That's pretty cool. Do you know, I was so close to winning a solid silver token on a stream before that I'd never visited before, and I've never been to again since because I can't remember what it was. But there was a guy in an actual arcade somewhere, you know, like a Galloping Ghost type thing where they have all the original machines. And he said, can you name 4 Capcom beat-em-ups that you can play 4-player on the original machines? And I came up with 3 really quickly and couldn't think of a 4th one, and then someone else came up with the same 3 and another one, so they basically took my list and added one to it. And they won some sort of solid silver token thing, which I would have won could I have thought of a 4th one. But oh well. I think it was some promotional thing for the arcade. But yeah, I came up with a couple off the top of my head. I'll see if I can remember them now. Well, one of them is Alien vs Predator. Captain Commando. That one with the robots in it. No, that's 3-player. Yeah, I can't think of them now, which is kind of handy I didn't do it now. Are they on the belt collection? No, because Alien vs Predator isn't. So, not necessarily. Oh, get out of the bloody way. Yeah, those little bays on the edges are quite difficult to clean as well. Oh yeah, good point. Yeah. Some of them might be. Can't remember what they are. Right. Yeah. So even though it's at 99%, we've probably still got loads more to clean because there's tiny bits on lots of things. So this is now the hunting segment. If you find something you've missed, it's always worth going to the opposite side because you're bound to have missed the same thing on the other side. Yeah, segment of the tail I've missed, I think. I love that chunky sound it makes. I always think this sounds like trainers on a basketball court. Like a ding ding. There's a bit there. How do I apply nozzles? I can't remember. There we go. Yeah, with the triple nozzle and the full extension on, you could clean a doorknob from 40 miles away. What's the one with the squirrel girl and the plant man? Ooh, good question actually. That might be one of the answers. Was that Captain Commando? Because that's the one with the main character's like a blue robot looking guy. And one of them's a plant, and then there's the girl, the squirrel girl, and there's a guy on an ostrich. I can't remember what game that is now. That's not Captain Commando. Oh. Captain Commando had the baby, yeah. Captain Commando. That's the one where you can control a mega intelligent 5-month-old baby that built its own robot suit so it can move around, and then you can jump that into another robot suit which is even bigger. Because that's the game where the first boss is like, you know, Robot Elvis or something. I was going to say Ninja Baseball Batman, but that's not a Capcom game, so that's IREM, I think. No, X-Men isn't Capcom, is it? 'Cause I was thinking that's 4-player. Do you know what, actually? That might have been the question. What arcade beat-em-ups can you play 4-player? It might not have been just Capcom. So X-Men would be a good answer. You can actually play that 6-player. It's the only arcade game you can, I think. I can't think of any arcade game you can play with more than 6 players. Unless it's one of those weird online ones. Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Is that not a fighting game? I mean, isn't that not a one-on-one fighting game? Konami Simpsons, yeah, that's true. That's 4-player as well. Oh, by the way, Orb was supposed to come up with Red Dwarf questions while I played this. I did hint at it earlier on, but I don't know if he saw the hint or not. He said he was going to, but I've only just remembered that. Oh, I saw something there. Yeah. Yeah, it's all these weird little divots and shit. Yeah, there's now tiny little bits we're missing. Okay, I'm gonna have to start looking at the list, I think. It's either really big things with tiny bits of dirt on them, or really tiny things we haven't touched. Oh, I saw something there. Yep. The Lister. Oh. Check the eye shield on his chest. Maybe. You mean that thing? You mean that bit, right? I'm not sure if that's what you meant, but... yeah, okay. Yeah, I think I've got that. Right, okay. I'm just going to start looking at the list now. Wrong button. Okay. Claw wrists. Right. Caught a glimpse of TV Batman there, yeah. Ireland television's gone off the air. There you go. I should get the Irish version of that as well, with the little river dance in the grave. Oh, there we go. Okay, we're closer to finishing than I thought we were. Right, okay. Shoulders. You can kind of guess where the items are based on, you know, general anatomy. Shoulders, so shoulders would be like these bits. Shoulder. Shoulder, okay. This one's got some on it, apparently. Okay. Claws, barrel vents. Barrel vents are the ones that always get left till last because they're utterly tiny. I'm not entirely sure where they are. They're on the arm somewhere, but they're absolutely tiny. So we'll do claws first. Which I may have to get the scaffold round for. Yeah, if you centre the little dot in the middle on the item, you can tell whether it's clean or not, so I don't think it's that one. Yeah, it's that side. Okay, right. Barrel vents. These are somewhere on the arms. It's like one of these tiny little bits. Can't quite remember. There it is. Right, okay, I'm gonna show you how fucking tiny this is. It's that bit. There's the ladder. Yeah, it's that bit there. So, right, I might move the ladder actually. And bring that here. And then the other one's literally the same thing the other side. Pick up the fucking... Right, okay. Oh, steps there. Sod earth. You sad plastic winker. Ooh, I wonder what it means. There you go. Nice. Alright. Speak clean. Nice. Ha ha ha. As I expected, not even a fleck of paint out of place. I couldn't ask for a better condition in which to present this to Hojo. Perhaps that smug hack needs to spend more time ensuring his specimen's combat capabilities and less turning them into macabre monstrosities. Either way, I shall relish the look on his face when I break the news. Don't know where I read to him.